Hey there, everyone. Welcome to this very quick training video that I wanted to record with you and my friend Ryan. Ryan is a Facebook advertising specialist, and he's taken a couple of minutes out of his busy day today to record with me 5 quick tips to help you run better Facebook ads. Now, you just grabbed the Passive Pitch Funnel ebook, and in it, of course, the concept and the final goal is, of course, to start generating leads into an affiliate offer or any type of online business offer that you want to promote to your audience. So I wanted to invite Ryan here today to help you set in place not just what was in the ebook, but also go ahead and get started on Facebook advertising without really spending a lot of money and really start to see conversions and start seeing leads coming into your email marketing provider. So without further ado, I'd like to go ahead and welcome Ryan. Hey Ryan, how are you?
Hey, what's happening? I'm great. Thanks for having me here. It's nice to be with you today.
I appreciate you taking the time today to do this. I know that you're very busy, and I really, really do appreciate it. So if you don't mind, introduce yourself really quickly and just tell everyone that's watching a little bit about you and about what you do.
Okay, thank you. It's good to be with you. My name is Ryan Harris. I'm the CEO and founder of a Facebook ads agency by the name of Strategic Social Partners, and we basically help businesses, whether the online or the offline space, take those engagements that are happening on social media and turn them into revenue for you and for your business. That's one of the most important things you have to understand, because there's so many things out there in social media, so many time wasters that you can go through when it comes to running social media, Facebook ads, online portals. And what we do is we teach proper strategies to help you execute as quickly as possible so you can see an immediate return on your investment of not only the dollars you're spending, but also the time you're spending inside of social media. So I'm glad to be with you today. I've had a little bit of experience. I can't say I'm the most experienced person when it comes to internet marketing and affiliate marketing. I've learned a lot of the pieces of the puzzle over the last 3 or 4 years. We've implemented and have some of our own courses as well. But today I want to talk to you a little bit about the 5 key steps to running a solid Facebook ad set. And I know we're going to do this as a dialogue with Eva here. And so let me give you the 5 tips first, and then we'll jump into that dialogue, and let's go back and forth, and maybe you can ask some questions to set the tone, the proper text or context for this dialogue for you and for your clientele base. Okay, so the number one thing you have to understand when it comes to creating a solid Facebook ad set, and I think this is across the board with online marketing, is understanding and identifying the target market. Yeah. The hardest part, obviously, about getting the right message in front of the right people is understanding who that attractive character is or who that person is you're trying to get your information in front of. We'll dive into that in quite a bit more detail here in a bit. The number two thing you have to understand is how do you provide value to that target demographic? Based on interest questions or behavior-based questions, how do you position the messaging and the education, like Eva's doing with this ebook for you guys? How do you provide the proper education so you can build that brand equity and that value, that authority, the authorship or the authority figure in your space, so that people become attracted to you and use that reverse attraction marketing versus push marketing? Okay, that's number 2. Number 3 is understanding consumer behavior. Do you have that content, right, that you're providing to your audience? Do you understand where those people are in the sales funnel process? Are you creating awareness? Are you trying to give them education? What is the temperature of your audience? Is it a cold market contact? Is it a warm market contact? And then in that sense, how do you drive the proper messaging to the proper audience, the proper place they are, and the temperature they are to drive more results? So that's number 3. Number 4, then, we talk a lot about determining what the ad spend looks like, determining a budget. We may not get into too much of that, but I can give you some ideas of how that works and what you might look into. And then the fifth step, or the 5th key to running a solid Facebook ad campaign, is doing some split testing, just to make sure that if you tweak a few things, that your ads are going to work or they're not working, based on the links you're sending them to, based on the content that you're sharing, based on the ad copy that's in the ad set itself, whether it's a video-based ad or a carousel-based ad or an image ad. Lots of things you can split test to see what the success might be. So let's dive in and go into step 1. Let's go ahead and ask me questions, and maybe we can build some more context that way.
You touched on a lot of stuff that I know a lot of affiliate marketers are struggling with.
Okay.
So one of the first things that maybe we can expand on a little bit, and I know that this is you're going to be give me just one second. What is this doing? You're going to go ahead and actually record a longer video in a couple of days with me. So I'm really excited about that, because that way we can go into more detail about what we're going to talk about today. Really, what I want to do is help whoever's watching this video have a place to start, and then they can watch the video, and in that video we can potentially provide them with a little bit more value. And I know that you're also going to be launching an awesome course really soon that they can possibly even look into for even more help and more in-depth results. So one of the biggest struggles is, like you said, identifying your audience. What do you suggest in, maybe 3 places or 3 things that somebody that's just starting today who doesn't really know what their audience is, keeping in mind that affiliate marketers are in all niches, so you don't have to be an affiliate marketer that teaches other affiliate marketers. You can be a fitness trainer that's helping stay-at-home moms get back in shape, and you promote a supplement line, right? So how do you identify, or how in Facebook do you identify who to target? And there's so many different options for targeting. Where do you think somebody that's just starting should spend most of their time in?
Yeah, so in all honesty, I think there's some work that has to go in ever before you open up a Facebook ad campaign.
Yes.
Because once you get into Facebook, you might think, well, it could be this or this interest or this interest or this interest or this behavior, this behavior. So I always suggest beforehand, and we talked about this, I'm putting together a lead magnet, and I'll get you the exact URL in the longer education video that we'll be doing here in a couple days. But understand, when it comes to running Facebook ads, is you have to define your target. So some questions, some of these are interest-based questions, some of them are demographic-based questions, some of those are behavior-based questions. But let me give you 3 or 4 questions that come along with the lead magnet. You can go download that lead magnet as well. But the first one might be, what is the age? What's the age of your target demographic? Yeah, is it a male or is it a female? Where are they working? What's their current position that they're in? Where do they come from? What areas do they live in? And one thing that I might just note when it comes to Facebook advertising, I know in the affiliate marketing space, you try to target a national audience or a broad audience. When it comes to running effective Facebook ads, and Facebook in general is loving the idea of targeting local.
Great.
So figure out what is that demographic and where do you want to run your ad sets at in a local demographic, so that you can really build that, and then you can scale it. But when it comes to starting, figure out a local market that you can test, and then you can scale that messaging. But local market testing and Facebook ads are always going to give you higher conversion rates than national-based campaigns.
Okay.
That makes sense?
That's a good pointer, because I do know that it's an attractive thought that you can target countries. And is it really the best place for you to spend your ad dollars if you're just starting out? So I like the idea of a bigger bang for your buck.
Yeah. Now that being said, if you have an unlimited ad budget,
well, yes,
then obviously you're. But the reality is we don't, right? Most of us are starting as an affiliate marketer, a brand new business owner. We have a relatively limited budget, and so the best bang for your buck is define a smaller area, niche area where you can really start to capitalize.
That's great.
Find out, what are the unique life situations that some of those people, some of your target demographic are going through. What are some of their motivation? What drives them? What are their interests? What hobbies do they have? What things do they like? So like you said, if we're taking a health and wellness company that manufactures supplements, what are other things that support that idea? Do they like to work out? Are they into motivation? Do they set goals? Things like that can really break down and define that target demographic.
And like Gary says, you run ads against those things. So if I'm targeting moms that are the ones that are going to be making decisions at home, I'm going to target the shows that they're watching.
That's
right?
exactly
the most popular shows. Okay.
Yeah. What shows are they watching? What magazines are they reading? And one of the big questions that I ask my clients in a lot of cases is, where are they congregating currently? Like, what Facebook groups are they a part of? Because you can find a ton of information out based on going inside of those groups and just doing some social listening. Yeah. Becoming a part of the group, because that's going to give you the ad copy to write the ads.
That's true.
To create that value. And you and I have seen that inside of, that Screw the 9-to-5 community, right? You can go in and listen and ask questions and pull so much context when it comes to writing ad copy.
Yeah, it's true. And
graphics.
And is it true, and maybe this is just, you know, a rumor, is it true that you can target Facebook group members? No, right?
No, you can't target Facebook group members. You can target Facebook pages, but you
Yes.
can't actually get into the groups.
But at least if you're an affiliate marketer and you've connected in a group and you see that that group has a lot of awesome interaction, well, what's the topic around that group, right? So if
Yeah, and you might even go into that group and say, hey, listen, what are the 3 favorite Facebook pages that you guys pay attention to?
yeah,
And then from there, now you have places where you have like-minded people where they're congregating. Say, oh, these are the 3 pages. Now I can go target those pages.
yes,
To build more equity in the ad set itself. Now, the interesting thing is that the language, the ad copy itself, that's probably the hardest play in the whole ad set because you have to capture their attention right away.
yeah.
So that's why you spend some time in those places they're congregating to hear and understand the language that they're sharing, so that you don't come in and run an ad set at that specific target demographic with a completely different language.
Of course not.
Right?
You want to
We've all
speak
been in
their language.
places where there's people out there that are speaking a foreign language. We don't know what the language is, and you're, especially in Florida, right? I know it's not so much, but Florida, it's like you're sitting there going, do I even live in the same state? Right? So if you understand the language that they're speaking, then you can communicate more effectively with them.
Yeah, and you can also turn people off if you're approaching them with something that, not turn them off, but your messaging is going to be muted when you come at them with something that, you know, no, I don't care about, you know, canoeing. I don't even know how to swim, so don't run an ad against me about canoeing, right? So yeah, that makes sense. And I don't want to get too much into detail with that because I don't want to take up all of this video time going into, because there's so much that you can talk about.
So much. Yep.
That's why you're probably never going to be out of clients, because there's it's so much information when you get back there that like I like your idea of maybe take a sheet of paper and start jotting down who your avatar is. Really, where are they hanging out? What are their habits? What do they like, don't like? And look at Facebook groups and start doing a little bit of you know, snooping around, see what kind of conversations are happening inside of those groups. So getting into the next topic, which I think I jumped a couple of points, but I want to get into what I know the biggest and strongest pain points are. And then we can definitely, in the next video, we can get into all 5 of these in much more detail. What do you think, if someone was to tell me, you know, Eva, I really want to become an affiliate marketer. I want to quit my job, and I'm sick and tired of going to work every day for a boss that I hate or hates me, whatever the case may be, but I really cannot afford to spend money on ads that may or may not convert. So what do you think is a good, and realistically, if anybody's watching this video right now, when you're watching this video, anybody tells you that you can run free traffic to your website is lying to you, because you're going to either pay a lot of hours. So unless your time is not money, because my time is money and so is Ryan's time, and I'm sure your time is money too, it is not free. So my idea, the smart way around it is you have to work smart, not hard. So versus spending hours in front of your laptop, hanging out in forums and commenting on other people's blog posts and all of these things, set up a funnel, set up a system that's going to work on autopilot for you, so that you don't even have to think about it. So think about that. And if you want to spend, and again, Ryan will tell us a little bit more about budgeting, think about how much your time is worth. So even if you're spending a couple of $100s a month on Facebook ads, well, that's hours that you can now spend on creating your first lead magnet, or writing really awesome blog posts, or spending time with your kids, spending time with your partner, working out, getting back in shape, getting healthy. So kind of think about those things when you're saying, I don't want to spend money on ads. You are spending money on things that have no true return in the value of your life. You're spending money on Starbucks, you're spending money on food, you're spending money on shoes. So, you know, at the end of the day, think about what you're spending money on that really doesn't have a return in your life at the end of the month, versus a Facebook ads funnel that can really result in you having leads coming into your pipeline on autopilot. So with that being said, Ryan, what do you think is a good starting budget for someone that's just starting out?
Well, rule of thumb in a local market is this: every $100 you spend in ads, you normally can get in front of about 10,000 people. So and if you start to try to run some national campaigns, you'll get the same exposure, but you won't necessarily get the same conversion rates.
Yeah, because it'll be
talking about and it really depends on the type of metric. I always suggest, if you're getting started, provide education-based content utilizing Facebook Live, and then boost those Facebook Live events to the proper target demographic. and you'll usually get more exposure. But keep in mind, though, one of the things that probably a good point to bring up here is you can do some boosting from your personal page, but you can't necessarily measure the metrics from a personal page. So if you don't have a business page, a business Facebook page,
you can actually boost from a personal page.
They've given you a little bit of leeway with that, but it's only one specific isolated, advertising play.
Got it.
However, for those of you that are affiliate marketers and you don't have your own business page set up, the number one thing you have to do first is set up your business page.
You have to,
because you want to make sure that you can measure the success of your ad campaign. Whereas, I mean, if you think about it, like if you're just trying to boost and do all of this stuff through your organic page on Facebook, you're getting some great organic reach with Facebook Live video right now, but it's just like advertising.
Yeah.
Right. You don't know if the attention's there. You don't know how to measure the metrics. You might be getting some sort of video views or impressions,
but you don't know
how to capitalize on those views and what to do next. Now, keep in mind the number one reason you want to have a business page is because if you're doing live video, which I highly suggest, if you're doing live video and putting money behind live video, you can now track the number of people and how long they've spent with you.
Okay.
So you can do remarketing campaigns for conversion eventually down the road, right?
Yeah.
So if we're talking like, hey, listen, if I'm going to run an ad set in a local market with a cold market, I don't want to necessarily try to go into a conversion metric because then I'm trying to go for the jugular, right? I want to just basically take a step back and start to create some brand awareness like we were talking about a little bit earlier. You want to just build some initial brand equity and brand awareness with who you are and what you represent, and find who your target demographic really is based on people that are engaging in the content you're sharing already.
Okay.
So live video, put some money behind live video. That's the best way you can start on a business page because then you can start to really measure the metrics behind that. Say, okay, is the message okay? Am I resonating well with the message, or do I need to change the messaging methodology? Right. Okay.
Now, how do you A/B test with a limited budget? Because you really can't, right? So let's say $10, $20 a day, which it's $600 at the end of the month, or $600. So let's say you're doing, let's say $20 a day or $10 a day. How do you A/B test on that budget? Because I know that most affiliate marketers, I know myself starting out, I was super scared to let go of any money up front with no guarantee of return, right? That's just the risk that you're taking when you're running ads. So do you suggest really just honing in on one specific, don't A/B test, and just really get super, like you said earlier, go deep, not wide, focus on a specific area. Let's say you're living in California and maybe you want to just target your county, just focus on targeting your county, get to know your audience really, really well, and run some really, really awesome, valuable copy to that ad, to that audience. Maybe not A/B test. Is that okay?
Well, yeah, I mean, I would do both. We do with our clients. There's sometimes we'll set up 30 to 40 different ad campaigns or different ad sets inside of the same campaign. Because we want to test to see what's working, and Facebook will optimize what's working the most for you.
Okay.
And so you can, and literally it takes I usually let it run 24 to 48 hours before I go back and look at the ad sets.
Yes. And that's one thing I know people get impatient.
Already, right? But instead of that, rule of thumb is 24 to 48 hours before you tweak the ad set, see how they're performing, see what kind of engagements you're getting. And there's nothing wrong with turning off an ad set if it's not performing.
So under each ad set, you can be targeting 20 different people and have a $10 a day budget, and Facebook will optimize the one that's getting the most response.
That's exactly right. So play around with, and that's why initially you put together that ad set. Now, so as far as creating different ad sets, what I first suggest, though, when you're talking about getting started, I would suggest doing what you said first. I mean, you can do a broad audience, you can do a lot of different things, but first you want to just put together an ad set. Most of you are probably not too familiar with what Facebook ads are. So put together a specific target demographic and be specific, right? But at the same time, you want to be anywhere from about 50,000 to 100,000 people or more in your ad set or in the target demographic. But be a little bit specific. So like we go back to the health thing, right? I would say, maybe find 5 or 6 or 7 interests and behaviors that you can target. Don't do 50.
No.
Because you don't know which ones are performing the best, and you don't know how to specialize those.
So run traffic towards 3 to 5 interests and stuff like that.
Yep. And I like behaviors a little bit more. And here's why I like behaviors, because it's things that they're doing already.
Got it.
Versus things they're interested in.
I see what you mean.
Things that they're doing already from a behavior perspective. And maybe it's buying business courses online. Right? Or maybe it's buying products and services online, or above online spending of health and nutrition products. right?
Got
So
it.
things like that, you can definitely create a target demographic in that nature,
Mhm.
and then run and then keep the same video based content, right? Put together the ad copy. I think the first thing you tweak with, if anything, is the ad copy before you change video. Yeah. So tweak with the ad copy to make sure that it's resonating well. And I always suggest, and for those of you who want to get access to it, either Eva or I can get you access to it, but there's a program that we use that's created by Russell Brunson called Funnel Scripts. It's an ad copy funnel script concept that can help you write really high qualified ad sets to help you have higher conversion rates on the ads. I'd like to say I'm an amazing copywriter, but I just use
scripts.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I just use systems that work and they help streamline the process.
Why reinvent the wheel?
That's exactly right.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this is really awesome feedback that I know is going to really help people, because it does get overwhelming. And you know, I was having a conversation with someone on another on a Skype call last week, and it's so intimidating, because this is the part where you have to where ish hits the fan, right? Like this is where you have to act. So all the preparation in the world that you've created, you have this awesome product that you've just partnered with, and you want to go ahead and drive traffic to it because you really do believe in it and you're ready to quit your job. But it comes down to it. You need to have a really good Facebook ad strategy behind it, and work your Facebook funnel smart, and take the time to set it up. And like you said, 24 to 48 hours, watch it, make very minor tweaks to your ad set, so that when you do see a change, you know that it was that minor tweak, not like don't change an entire part of your ad set and then you don't know what was it that responded to it, right?
That's exactly right.
That's awesome. Yeah. And I appreciate it, because this, I know, will help a lot of people. And I'm looking forward to us doing the next video. And, you know, maybe in the next video, we can go into each one of these, a couple, in a little bit more detail. And at that point, I know that you're putting all the final touches on your course. So maybe at that point, we can definitely introduce them to it. I think that Facebook advertising is where everyone should be. That's trying to make money online. You know, I don't know much about Google AdWords and all of that stuff, but Facebook is so powerful because it truly is the new search engine, and it's where everybody hangs out. And it's insane if you're not using Facebook to drive traffic to your offer or to your business. Really, you should be using it every single day if you're trying to generate revenue online. So I appreciate it, Ryan. Thank you so very much, guys. I hope you got value from this. I will keep you posted on the full-length training video that we're going to be doing. And as soon as that's available and up on the Affiliate Marketing Accelerator website, you will get an email notifying you. All right? Thank you, guys. Have a good day. Talk to you soon.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.